Deputy Communications Director of my United Party, Alan Party, Ebo Buckman, or see what the NPP is doing a nonsense. Na mo matemu hogu montere se mo ye demonstration because of their democracy is under attack. My goodness. Or see ye pe obi a or gage amanfo a odi nana akufo de be compare John Mahama. There be on tiasie. Na mo ka accountability. Mo ankasa mo Finance Minister we dwane. Alan Crawford mi nim se ejagwa mu bele musa. Ebo Buckman said it was a fire NPP for no. Now we check here about shows also Debbie. Me Director of Communications my NPP. Ebo Buckman and some now can entry ye. Then you know, and Abraham Amaliba, on the Director General Ghana Rules Authority, and a Ghana Rules Safety Authority, private legal practitioner. Mo Afenyo-Markin complaints and I agent to the Belgium petition. I'm here demonstration. I'm copy of Jubilee House. Now was a Director of Cleaners and a Belgium petition. You ready, Jack? Ghana, be a candidate. I'm saying this content in some right here on Sokatwa Show. Message, subscribe. Bell notification icon turning on. Video no drop here once. Feel free to leave your comment in the comment section. Share link in the one na for fro and you be a share. Lele Flower Green Clean Solutions that you go so to yourself and the power numero open cleaning company pa. I'm a mobile preference. You feel honum office church bank institution. I'm a hoy come hoy ham there. Mr. Friend numbers ne good screen is the case. See, na yenjo ka krabi. Ni me try to yopo and from me say you want to papa by in this country we are the best. Backhomeaccess.com about I'm a Ghana for one man a patch we project or Ghana and say Dana wusi building be a we business na wusi nam patch uni Ghana hansi won't even ko open professional group or you register your who to me see a site near community or building project in the amount your situational report your amount of videos updates. At the same case, all Ghana Hanum say anka wanka saboka kwhwe. Different number ne good screens never dying. And I bit mark backhomeaccess.com. Backhomeaccess.com. No place your request on the website. Your WhatsApp channel on the website do kwa obetumi e din kita. For be bia share nsa yanka wo Ghana ha obedi say adwuma. Ba woni hentino. Fashion nsa na nya your eye and your hand in this country. Abuja for first insert Ebo Buckman. Ebo Buckman say NPP for demonstration ya mo ye democracy under attack no. On tiase no assembly e ka kire mo. Nonsense, no, you see, and strike me.
It is even difficult to start. I don't know where to start from. Whether to start from Afenyo or to start from the demo itself. But you see, yesterday I was saddened by what happened yesterday. I was saddened because yesterday was a memorable day. It was a day that we were commemorating, the memory of our fallen heroes. And some of us were at UPSA to join other Ghanaians who put this country before their political parties to commemorate their memories. And for a political party to decide to do a demonstration on that particular day, and also to refuse to be part of what we did yesterday for those who died in the course of serving this country, I think it's something that has to be condemned by every Ghanaian. Every well-meaning Ghanaian would have to condemn this. And you see, granted that maybe Ebo Amma is NDC, so you don't like him, by way of the fact that he belonged to the other side of the political divide, maybe Murtala Mohammed and others. But there were 3 servicemen, military men, who lost their lives while serving this nation. And so if you were not sensitive enough to the plight of the family, and instead of you being part of this, you engage in needless, useless demonstration on the same day. Demonstration that you could have even postponed. I'm told, even in the party, there were people who were not happy that it was being held yesterday. And Afenyo-Markin. You see, Afenyo, anytime I speak about him, sometimes I find it difficult to say the things I want to say. Afenyo was my junior at Integrations College, and also junior in politics. In fact, I've said it time and again, I inspired him into politics. And so, for Afenyo to do the kind of things he's been doing recently, I marvel. You see, last time he slapped a police officer during a demonstration. And yesterday, look at the way he disrespected Nana Jantua. Look at the way he disrespected that lady. And I don't know, this sense of ownership, this false sense of ownership, and this is like, I mean, entitlement. I mean, give it or leave it. Afenyo is representing Efutu. Afenyo is not the most sensible person in Efutu. He's not the most intelligent or competent person in Efutu. But the Efutu people, they have elected him to represent them in parliament. So when we see Afenyo and we respect him, it's not because of Afenyo per se, but because of the fact that he has been sent by a group of people. So whenever we respect Afenyo, we are respecting the people of Efutu. Anytime we disrespect Afenyo, we are disrespecting the people of Efutu. So if the whole president has appointed someone to represent him, to receive the petition from the NPP, and you want to disrespect the person and disrespect the president who selected that person, and that's quite unfortunate. That's quite unfortunate. Afenyo should be called out. His behavior in recent times have become unbecoming. And well, I am excited about it because the more he does it, the more he's destroying his own party, making the party very unattractive. But let's look at the issues that they raise in the petition. Let's look at the issues. You see, I said this NPP people and their sense of entitlement, this false sense of superiority, ownership and all that is quite appalling. Now, you are talking about free speech. I asked them this question. Any of them will never make the kind of statement these young men and women are making. The kind of things these young men and women are saying. And even they will not even allow their children to be saying some of these things. Yet when people sometimes, because they don't really understand the issues, and they say some of the things they say, they get special hug from their leadership. They embrace them. And so they keep doing it. And this is not something that, since 92 I joined NPP, this is not something that this is not a character of NPP. It's alien to New Patriotic Party that I joined in 1992. What kind of behavior is this? And they're talking about free speech. Free speech? Now, of all the rights we have in the Constitution, which one is superior? It's the right to life. Man must live before he can speak. In 2020 elections, 8 people, some people say 11, but take it or leave it, 8 or 11. 8 people died in 2020 election. They lost their lives. What did the NPP government do about it? What did the NPP government do about it? Right to life, not right to free speech, speaking nonsense. Human life. 8 of them were lost. They did nothing about it. As we speak, nothing has been done. And as at that time, Dr. Bawumia was the chairman of the police council. What did he do about it? Talking about what? Democracy under attack. Democracy under attack. In this country, NPP sneak and impersonator into our parliament to be part of a process to pass a bill to become a law. The Nakufado signed that law. It became a tax. I pay the tax. You pay the tax.
I mean, that's an allegation that has never
been. It is never an allegation. I just have to come out to say she was not the one in parliament. That is never an allegation. Let's stop pampering them. You did this to this country, a whole parliament too. You entered the parliament with an impersonator. And you say our democracy was not under attack then. You ordered the military to enter our parliament. Democracy was not under attack then. A whole constituency, SAL, for 4 years, didn't have representation in parliament. Every Ghanaian must have a representative in parliament. A whole constituency, for 4 years, didn't have representation. And democracy was not under attack. You see they are thinking, the way they look at things, they see themselves to be some special human beings. So to them, the least in their party is more superior to any other Ghanaian. Therefore, a Ghanaian will die, they don't care. But somebody will speak nonsense, if the person is arrested, it becomes an issue for them. These are the people you are dealing with. And let me tell you this, one of the major cornerstones of our democracy is accountability. So if people have engaged in things that were inimical to this country, and they are being asked to account for their leadership, or there was stewardship, should that be a problem for demonstration? That Afenyo-Markin said, "Wound to me has done nothing. He's in prison. He's a political prisoner." Nonsense. Excuse my French this morning. Nonsense. Why should we allow people? Why should we allow people, in the name of politics, you join a political party, all of a sudden you are a special Ghanaian? And these are the things we need to call NPP out on. We need to let them know this democracy under this government is far better than the democracy. Was talking about dictatorship. My God, the Nakufado and President Mahama, dictatorship. Sometimes you have to control yourself. If you are speaking about these people, my former party people, if you are speaking about them. So this issue of let me say something that I put down here in addition to what I've said. Okay, I was talking about the accountability. Where is Ken Ofori-Atta? A political party, your finance minister has run away. You are not ashamed of it. You are still talking. Your former finance minister, your president's own brother has run away, After serving this country for 7 years, come and account for a stewardship. You have run away and your political party are still talking. You see, the reason why politicians do the things they do is that they know they can misbehave, they can loot, they can steal, they know they can mismanage the economy, but Ghanaians will always bring them back. So when they are doing it, they don't care. But giving NPP's own record in terms of the economy, in terms of corruption, and they are talking about nole prosequa. Now let me say this. If NPP indeed had strong evidence against those they took to court, and after 8 years they could not secure any conviction, then I wonder the kind of attorney general they had. Then it's a big time failure. They failed Ghanaians big time. That you thought people had serious issues. You have strong evidence against them. You took them to court 8 years. You could not secure conviction. Then you are now talking about it. Now, if, on the other hand, if they did not have any strong evidence, but they took the people to court just to frustrate them, then it wasn't a persecution, it was political persecution. That is why I will be very angry at this government if after 8 years we don't see people behind bars. Like people paying the money they've looted from this country. So, as I said, the whole demonstration, come on, and they were talking about numbers. Me, Solomon Owusu, Hobson, and others, we can do demonstration in a week's time. We get about 10 times this number. Demonstration, you see, the costs, the economic costs of demonstration and the security costs, unnecessary things. They should have joined us. I was even expecting the former president to be part of yesterday's ceremony. I mean, we are building a nation, we are not building a political party, but see, because I have been a member of NPP, let me tell you the philosophy of NPP. And this is the philosophy of the party. And this philosophy was made known by my own uncle, B.J. Darocha. When Alan, at a point, wanted to leave the party, he wrote to the party and said, Alan, if you put national interests and party interest here, Alan will choose national interest. Such a person should not be allowed in the party. So NPP philosophy is party first, Ghana second. So we are dealing with people who don't care. Other than that, they should have been there yesterday because it was a national program for all of us. So these are the people we are talking about. So let's ignore them. Let's move. See, this country, I will urge this government to stay focused. Attorney General, please, let's not waste time. We don't have time. All those who have looted this country, have plundered this country, and they have to account for whatever they did. Please, let's do things fast. The tribunals, let's put them in place very quickly so that we can prosecute those people. If you have not done nothing, you go home. But if you've done something, either you pay, you go to prison, or both. And that is how we need to build this country.
And to what Ebo Buckman, or you should nonsense, you know, because excuse my French, when you carry. Then another director of communications, my NPP, Richard, I hear Bass, money more too. Ebo Buckman, one Kassaye. And maybe a channel NPP new.
First of all, I'll answer your question. But first of all, let me just appeal to my brother Buckman to slow down. The tone with which he's speaking is not acceptable. Some of the,
he doesn't determine. He's talking about me. Richard, you don't determine what is acceptable on this table.
Some of the but we'll make progress when we allow each other to speak. He listened to you uninterrupted. So let's allow him to
because he mentioned me.
Yes, you have the chance to respond.
Some of the language he's using, I don't think is TV friendly. I think that he's gone overboard, excessively emotive about the matter. If he doesn't want to discuss it, he can easily just pass it on. But I don't think that in a democracy where demonstration is legitimate, is constitutional, to describe it as useless, it makes me wonder if he actually understands what the issues are. You can disagree with the matter without being excessive the way he has been. Now, he talked about the minority leader in ways that are derogatory, and I don't think that is acceptable. I won't talk about him like that, so I don't see that it's right for him to talk about the minority leader in a manner that he did. If he's your junior, so what? If you're a junior, so what? If you inspire him to get into politics, so what? So what? There's no points there to be made. Do you want to say that President Mahama doesn't have seniors, but he's the president of the country? What does that mean? So I don't see the wisdom in that point. Now, number two, about Honorable Afenyo-Markin, he says that he slapped a police officer. Complete fallacy, fabrication. It's a lie. He knows. It's not true. I was standing right there. Police, the investigation was done. Is there any record to suggest that what position he's affirming has been proven? I was right there. And we've talked about this matter ad nauseum. That, look, it's not true. So to go about repeating that is to just clearly just say, I don't like that political party, or I've left that political party, so all I'm going to do is to demonize it. It does not contribute to the value of political discussion we want to have this morning. I don't think that that's how we want to go. So respectfully, I disagree with him, and I just say that let's calm down and have a conversation. I think that we need to begin to benchmark our conversations in this country. This whole business of going back and citing things and doing that as a basis to justify happenings today, I think that it's not progressive. Because really, if we want to engage in that, the country suffers. Because what that is going to do is that tomorrow, what is happening today will become the benchmark for tomorrow's happenings. And that will be a different political party looking behind and saying that what we are doing relative to what was done yesterday, we think that we haven't done any wrong. And in fact, the general conversation will not be about what is happening today that we need to improve. It will be about what happened yesterday that Ghanaians have given verdict on in a process having to change a government. Then we litigate that as a basis to guide our way forward. I think that is regressive rather than progressive. So that also I want to put on record.
Enti Richard Agbadu si ya pe ana Abraham Amaliba, private legal practitioner, one na Director General ma Ghana Road Safety Authority. O say, "Hey, na mo MPP volunteer wasi o. Mo kwa na ya janto a senior presidential staffer and e beji mo petition or Jubilee House. Mo complaining. Na o say nka jo Mahama Suma, Director of Cleaners, and e beji mo petition."
Maybe we'll start off from the last point that he makes about the state protocol and what his expectations were.
But I will even wait for you to answer the question. What do they expect? What do they expect on the day they chose to do the demonstration? What do they expect? Have you ever gone to a funeral house? And when you go there, are the people busy mourning their dead person or they are busy receiving visitors? They were visitors at the Flagstaff House. They chose a particular day. So they must be ready for the consequences that follow about that day. Do you understand? This is home sense. Oh. People are mourning. You chose that same day to go and present your petition. And you say somebody higher than Nanaya. Even Nanaya Jantua, they should have sent a cleaner from that office. I'm saying that.
I mean, cleaners.
No.
I mean, but cleaners.
Why? Didn't a security man attempt to receive a petition?
No, that was the director of the
matter.
Bank of Ghana. Director of security at the
So,
Bank
okay, they should have brought the director of cleaners at the Flagstaff House.
No, why cleaners?
Hey, let me talk.
We say petitions are received by
No,
receptionists
anybody
and
from
people who are in
Flagstaff House
telephone
can be, they can be assigned to the job. You chose a day that everybody was at the funeral grounds. And when I say funeral grounds, you understand what I'm talking about. You chose that day. And you think that everybody must wait for you to come before they start their funeral? Afenyo, Nana Yajantua is a senior presidential staffer. You know her equivalent is either a minister or a deputy minister. So if they have brought John Jinapo to take it as a minister, they won't say anything. Or if they have brought who is a deputy in this government, they won't say anything. But Nana is the person of Nana Yajantua that they didn't like, to be frank. So for him to say that, Afenyo-Markin said indifference, or what did he say? He used the word.
With respect.
With respect. Abba. We are lawyers. We go to court, my lord, with the greatest respect, but the next thing you are going to insult. The next thing you are going to insult. So what does he think? Play of words. Play of words.
It's the art of a lawyer.
Play of words. Even on this table, if I want to insult Ahiagba, my good friend Ahiagba, he's my very good friend. The next one, bah. We know we do these things. So you should stop that. Why? This is the most hogwash demonstration I have ever encountered or seen.
I mean,
Hogwash because the issues, and let's talk about the issues. The issues raised are not issues that call for demonstration. There are avenues to address them. There are avenues to address them. And that's why I call it hogwash. But sometimes, I think that we should be lenient with the NPP. And most people can't see what I'm seeing. Opposition blues. Opposition blues. When you have been in government, particularly a government that thought that it will never go into a position, you know, some of the people will never hand over. When such a party goes into position, it is difficult to then operate within the opposition set. They still feel. Sometimes they smell the coffee. They smell the power and still think that they are in power. And so when you see their actions, it's all tilted towards, don't you know that we are who we are? But you've forgotten that you are in opposition now, and you must play according to the rules in opposition.
Bijidi say, Abraham Amaliba, I mean, I found a lot of humor in. I don't think he meant it anyway. Abusia, just a demonstration, who issue. No? You see, my problem with what the NPP has done is that, or my problem with what's happened is that, NPP for the petition or they come out presidency. It has not been a subject of discussion. No. By home corona ban home matter home, Afenyo-Markin asimo kache Nana Yajantua response or the brave Afenyo-Markin. I don't yet discuss it. But that was not the main reason they embarked on the demonstration. It's 24 hours and 48 hours after the demonstration, you're trying to Serania Basa, Afenyo-Markin and Kasaye, or disrespecting Nana Yajantua and Kasaye, or also Ekasamane Broso after say Obe reply Afenyo-Markin. I don't think that's what the NPP wanted to do. What the NPP wanted to achieve is to draw the attention of the general populace in this country to the fact that free speech is under siege and there's an attack on democracy. But don't mind Yanasa. Debia, Afenyo-Markin assembly or catching Nana Yajantua backfire. I'm on one case of the party. So there also I'm sure you've monitored all radio platforms and television platforms. And then I'm for discussing. Nana ya janto a response. Any Afenyo-Markin. Asimo kache nana ya janto. So sometimes politics, no, you can unconsciously play to the advantage of your opponent. If you already now know what play to the advantage of your opponent. And the strategy be able to utilize. Now why careful. So they be aiming you to the benefit of your opponent. Be to you no. Now what kasa they energize you base. I'm on conform so nana ya janto a presidential staff and who here. The position you can recognize. But at the end of the day, and now dominated discussions across the country. So now open. Be easy to NPP for the binya. Nanki discussing nema mucho no petition. And I nema mo kind the demonstration. Say a chiwe, obi kaka weni a channel TikTok weni a channel ya jelly way. I didn't know person ki discussing, but until him, obi abatrusting na ya jantwa. Serious communicator. Because Afenyo-Markin cast as some children Jubilee House. America be born a basso for keeping their composure. Also response was perfect. But we don't copy more Sempa FM and not the ecosystem program. The response and the reply to Afenyo-Markin are trendy. It has shifted the attention from the details in the NPP for petition to now on Nana Jantua and Afenyo-Markin. That's strategic communication. Before you know, Ebia, she intentionally did that to sway attention from the petition and the things the NPP raised during the demonstration to Nana Jantua and Afenyo-Markin. That's a minimum of Jebrono. Many Afenyo-Markin ebe distracted on the demonstration details. That's sound. That's strategic communication. I don't know what you make of it. In Pacho, one may add leave a comment in the comment section. One may add you and Kata and leave a comment in the comment section. But before the robot subscribe, and to be another jantua, Mobetin and another jantua home follow, but or improve kakra this and the mobile and so Katwa show. Most of for Steve Zandoni. Bye bye.